At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Welcome in to Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, Sirius XM Channel 375, and all of our great radio affiliates around the country. I'm Chris Bleck along with Adam Abdalla, broadcasting live from downtown Chicago. We are on the air until 3 Eastern, hanging out with you the next couple of hours right here on Westwood One Sports. If you want to join the show, you can always call or text the show at 310-840-4910 as we get things started. Today is the Major League Baseball All-Star Game tonight, 8 Eastern on Fox. Abdalla, last night, the Home Run Derby. I enjoyed. It was good. I thought the new format worked. I was skeptical going in. The fact that they eliminated the clock on the hitters actually gave the benefit of being able to see most of the balls land in the outfield or in the stands. And I thought the competition was good. I liked the way it played out. Jordan Walker wins it in the final against Kyle Schwarber. I enjoyed watching the Home Run Derby last night.
Yeah, so did I. I think that my main takeaway from the broadcast is my same takeaway from what we learned from the NBA and their playoff broadcast, Chris, is that sometimes, and I know we are across the country to many fine radio stations, and a lot of people are listening. Now, sometimes bullying works.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Now,
go back to our days in high school.
Sometimes bullying works.
The two of us getting shoved into lockers.
Okay. Sometimes bullying works. Now, at the beginning of the year, with the start of the season, opening day broadcast for Netflix, they were much maligned for having Bert Kreischer in the bay, and he was in a canoe, and he was doing all that, and nobody liked it.
Funny man,
right?
Shirt off. Funny man.
Nobody liked it.
Yeah.
Okay. Once the dingers started flying,
sure,
the broadcast was about baseball.
Yeah, that's true.
And I liked it.
Yeah, it's true.
And
right.
aside from Bonds and Pujols on like the steroid couch, It was a good broadcast.
It's a different set of videos than you're usually used to watching.
On that couch?
Yeah, on the couch.
Yeah, on the couch.
On
Yeah.
the little couch in the room. Yes.
The little couch, yeah. Other than that, like
steroid couch.
I think that Netflix listened to the criticism of their first broadcast and how nobody wanted like random celebrity, because you could have had that. Like the home run derby is a way you could have had what you had for the opening day broadcast and what we've seen for their NFL games, where it's just riddled with product integration and here's our shows and movies that are coming out. And you had some of that in the beginning with Will Ferrell.
Oh, did we?
You did. But once
Funny man.
the dingers started flying,
Yeah.
it was Matt Vasgersian, it was baseball, and it was home run.
Duncan.
It was L. Duncan, and it was home run derby, and
Rizzo.
that was it.
CC Sabathia
And that was it.
talking baseball and home runs.
And that was it. And I liked it.
I did miss the there was no back.
Yes. Yeah. The nostalgia.
The Berman. I missed the Berman.
No, there was no. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yes.
I missed that.
Yeah, I missed it too.
Come on, why couldn't L. Duncan give us something like that or Vasgersian?
Just one.
Yeah, just
say-
a tip of the cap to those who are tuning in for that.
Yeah.
So I once the broadcast got going, you're right. They didn't focus on the wacky antics.
Yeah.
But before the broadcast got started, we did have some.
Are you guys ready to watch some balls go very far into the air?
Will Ferrell getting the crowd worked up, talking about balls.
Are you guys ready to watch some balls go very far into the air?
That's funny.
Funny man, Will Ferrell. See, the thing is, Abdalla, Will Ferrell is promoting a new show.
Yeah.
That is on Netflix. I believe he's a golfer. That's the show. This is a show on Netflix.
He's an old new golfer, right?
He's a golfer who's a great golfer who's been down on his luck is what I'm picking up on.
Yeah.
But now he's back. He's going to be golfing.
Back in the fold.
This is a thing.
Yeah.
That they have on Netflix.
Yes.
That he's got coming up. The
Yes.
Hawk. He's the Hawk.
Great.
He's a funny man golfer because we don't have that. I've never seen a funny man golfer movie.
Can we not
before.
give it any more promotion
Never
than
seen
it
that.
deserves?
Well, it is Will Ferrell, and he was there last night. He
The Liberty Bell comes and takes photos of him.
what?
Okay, that's all right. I will get. That's kind of funny. That's like a Chuck Norris kind of funny, like like one of those old Chuck Norris bits. That's kind of funny. That's
The man who never has to pay at Wawa.
That's very inside. If
Oh,
you're a
it's,
Philly, that's a Philly thing.
You're in
That's funny.
Pennsylvania?
Yeah, that's funny. Okay,
Yeah, you check out the Wawa.
I'll give that one. A 6 out of 10.
Wawa is essentially, for those who are fascinated with the Buc-ee's.
Yeah, it's like a
or-
7-Eleven.
Yeah, or any of the different
Yeah.
convenience
Yeah.
stops on the highway.
I'll give that
Sure.
one a 6 out of 10.
The man who never has to pay at Wawa.
Okay, all right. So Will Ferrell just knocking him dead. His comedy routine to get things started.
It really makes you think, God, I wish Shohei was here, right?
Okay, 2 out of 10.
Ooh. Who was that?
That was for Munetaka
Oh.
Murakami. Chicago White Sox rookie. Not really. I mean, a rookie in Major League Baseball, but
Ooh.
a veteran in the game
It's a
of
tough
baseball.
look. It's a tough look.
It really makes you think, God, I wish Shohei was here, right?
Yikes. All right, so Will Ferrell, you're saying he's batting like 50% on these jokes.
I mean, if you're batting 50% in baseball, if you're batting
All right, Hall of Fame.
500,
Hall of Fame
if
career
you're batting
then.
500, no, that's
Hall of Fame career then.
Yeah, I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah, because, it's all about Will Ferrell, yeah.
Just become best friends.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Now, look, here's the thing.
Through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody.
The Hawk is apparently on Netflix, yes.
Will Ferrell
Funny man, golfer,
is a sports fan.
yes.
He goes to a lot of games.
Yeah, Lakers,
Goes to Lakers games, Dodgers games, he
USC games.
goes to soccer games. I think he's been at a couple of the World Cup games.
I think he's like a partial owner of one of the LA teams.
Yeah. So
MLS teams.
yeah, so he knows ball. Like the dude knows ball. And I know that he's there to promote the show, so Netflix is like show up in character. And if you're familiar with any of Will Ferrell's appearances on late night when he's promoting something, he's always showed up to like Conan O'Brien's show back in the day in a character.
Sure.
And so he does the show in a character. But like, could you have just done an appearance as ball knower Will Ferrell? And like, could you have just tried to be funny Will Ferrell as opposed to I'm going to do this character?
Ball knower.
Because this makes me not want to watch the show. I wasn't. I wasn't going to watch the show to begin with because this does not look like my cup of tea.
You don't find forced sports comedies to be entertaining or funny?
Oh,
okay, all right,
No.
yeah. No, I mean I'm guessing. Those who are into this are probably people who personally know Will Ferrell, right? Like, or those who are having conversations with him to promote.
Was he at the
said
wedding?
vehicle? I don't know if he was at the Taylor Swift Travis Kelce wedding. I don't recall if I saw that. Maybe he didn't make the cut because they took a different funny man golfer in Sandler. Maybe he lost. Maybe there's like an audition for the ability to give the wedding.
No, Will Ferrell was not at the Taylor
right.
Swift and Travis Kelce
So
wedding.
he got the second deal. He wasn't at the wedding, so he got the home run derby. that was that was the second place.
Unfortunately for him, yeah.
All right. I mean, the rest of the home run derby, though, I enjoyed.
It was
I
awesome.
thought that the swing count being the way that we kind of chart this, I was concerned that it would go too quickly, right? But essentially, it was the right amount. What? I think the entire event clocked in at 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, from start to finish.
That's great. That's perfect.
From Will Ferrell to close.
Yeah.
2 hours and 40 minutes.
8 Eastern to right. Like that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I'll take that. Just over 10:30.
It was
Eastern.
dramatic.
Yes,
It was great.
It was fun. And shout out to not only Jordan Walker for rising up and winning, but also taking on all of Philadelphia. Like
Dude.
that was cool that they're all booing him.
Yeah.
Openly hoping he loses. And he's just smashing home runs at the end to stay alive. Those do or die home runs at the very end, the 4 of them that he hit to win it all. Like, that's cool, especially since like the crowd was like as Philly as you would expect.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like at no point was it like, all right, let's hope both guys have fun here. Nope. They're rooting against you. They're booing you as you're taking your final swings. That was cool. I enjoyed watching that.
I mean, the
was
only thing
fun.
they were missing were the batteries.
Oh, the throw out there at Santa Claus?
Yeah. I mean, and fun fact about Jordan Walker, the $1 million that he won from the home run derby is more money than he's making this entire year.
Yeah.
In his salary. So he's making like $750,000 this year. He made $1 million just last night. So that's awesome. That was cool to see for him. And like, yeah, you're kind of rooting for Schwarber because he was the favorite going in, and you've got like, he's pumping up the crowd and everything, and to see that, and it was cool. But then all of a sudden you're like, this guy's going to the final out. He's got to hit 6 home runs in a row.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, with every home run, like Schwarber, like the life is just draining out of Schwarber's face.
Those single shots of his face as the home runs kept going out were like, oh no, what did I get myself into?
It was great. And then the Philly crowd is just booing him relentlessly.
It was great. It was a lot of fun.
It was fun. Yeah. And I think, it's all in fun. Like, obviously Schwarber doesn't really care that he lost the home run derby, whatever. It's a game. It's for the fans. And I don't think Phillies fans really are that, upset about it. It's the home run derby. It's not that big of a deal, but it's fun for Jordan Walker. He's the first Cardinal player to ever win the Jordan Walker. Albert Pujols was a runner-up one year. That's as close as any Cardinal player ever got. And it was a great event. And how about this? Baseball, you won. Don't mess with it.
Yeah, it worked.
Don't change it.
Stop changing it around.
Don't change it.
That worked last night.
The top 4 guys move on.
Yeah.
And then you get a bracket.
Sure.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
Don't change it.
No issue with any of it. It was fun. It felt like it wasn't a drag. I could watch the balls land in the outfield, or the home runs get caught. I mean, how about that one kid that picked off the home run on the second deck?
Yeah.
Like that was a sweet snag.
That was cool.
I mean, like, I think it all worked perfectly. And that's why what we were talking about yesterday and you can join the conversation at 310-840-4910. This is why the Major League Baseball All-Star break is the best in sports. Because last night, the Home Run Derby is the best side event to any All-Star game that's taking place. It's a competition. It's fun. Those who are in the competition are trying. The fans are into it. Mm-hmm. The whole thing was awesome. It went down to the final swing. Everyone's standing. Everyone's booing. Everyone's cheering. Right?
That's the best part.
Like that, you will never get that for the three-point contest, for the dunk contest, for the flag football Pro Bowl nonsense.
Yeah.
All of that stuff. You don't get that.
No.
And that's why this is the best all-star event that exists. Tonight, you'll get a game. You'll see baseball players on a field playing baseball. Mm-hmm. That'll be cool. It's fine.
Yeah.
Midsummer Classic. You have all the different caps, all the different teams represented. It's cool. That works. The NBA every year switching around, changing uniforms, changing formats. Now we're going to have the ending where you have a point total target. And now this year, we got the world against the NBA player, all this stupid crap. Stick it. American League, National League, uniforms, baseball, home run derby. It works.
Yeah.
It's great.
There's no need to change it. It's the one thing in baseball that I think you don't need to change. Baseball has done a good job. I think that we give Rob Manfred, commissioner of baseball, we give him a lot of crap.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's rightfully so.
Well,
of the 2026 MLB draft,
Chalowski.
the Chicago White
Sox
select
Wow.
Rock Chalowski,
Gotcha.
a shortstop, Chalowski.
Manfred, what are you doing?
It's L-O-W.
Corey. All right. Yes.
We give him a lot of crap, and we've given baseball in the past a lot of crap for not being up to speed on the times, right? But you add the pitch clock has been great for baseball, and for a time, the three outcomes has really, I think turned off a lot of fans for a while, but I think the pitch clock has added to the game. I think their all-star game, like you said, is the best. This recent change to the home run derby after it was, talked about negatively last year and with the clock for a while.
Yeah.
This change is great. Now don't change it.
And my Netflix wasn't stuttering. It wasn't freezing.
No, I
got to watch the event, which
I think Netflix
worked,
has figured out. They pulled the cartridge out. They blew into it. They figured it out. They had the good coders last night.
The good coders, not the bad ones.
They had the A-team working last night. They had the good NFL coders
not
working
the bad
last
coders.
night. No. Not the Love is Blind finale coders working last night. Yeah.
It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Your thoughts on the Home Run Derby and also the All-Star Game tonight. You can always call or text the show at 310-840-4910. Today, the semifinals of the World Cup get started. France versus Spain. That match will take place at 3 Eastern. And then we will get the second semifinal match tomorrow, Argentina and England. Abdalla, there is a very obvious reason. I know there's a lot of different reasons that we can look to and point to and explain to why the U.S. men's national team is not playing in either one of these matches, right? Not getting to the semifinal. There's a lot of different reasons. I think there's one reason specifically that I can point out to you to why the U.S. is not playing today against France. I will explain that to you coming up next. International soccer is down to its final matches. DraftKings has you covered for every single one.
The DraftKings app is now available in all 50 states and includes all markets. New DraftKings customers sign up with code B&A26 and spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days.
That's code B&A26 for Bleck and Abdalla 26 in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Bet with DK Sportsbook York, gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-MY-RESET. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, bet tax pass through may apply in Illinois, 21 plus, void in Canada. Event contract trading with DraftKings. Predictions involve risks of loss. Availability varies. Bet to get bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Trade to get $50 in prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Issued every 7 days via click to claim for 21 days. One non-withdrawable reward redeemable. Predictions offer void in New York. Ends July 19th. Terms at dkng.co/audio.
Baseball's best take the diamond tonight in Philadelphia for the All-Star Game. After the American League won 9 straight, the National League has won 2 of the last 3. Who will win tonight? Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
Is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Today in the World Cup, France will take on Spain, 3 Eastern, the first semifinal match taking place in Arlington, Texas. Jerry's World for the first matchup. Tomorrow, Argentina and England will face off in the other semifinal matchup. That's in Atlanta, Georgia. So we've got the 2 final semifinals to take place, and then the World Cup final will be on Sunday of the World Cup as we continue on here on Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Abdalla, as I sit here and I think about those teams, the 4 best teams heading into the tournament, getting into the Final 4, Argentina, England, France, and Spain. You know, I think to myself as an American fan, like, how the hell could we ever get to this point? And we're trying to come up with all these different reasons, right? People in the last week and a half, hey, youth soccer. Hey, it's the U.S. Men's Federation needs to do better. Yeah, it's coaching. Oh, we need to do all the, maybe players in Europe need to be doing different things. To me, it's very easy to figure out why the U.S. Men's National Team is not in the Final 4. Yesterday, The Athletic posted ranking the best players from the 2026 World Cup, the top 50 players for the World Cup this year. How many Americans do you think made the top 50?
The top 50 players. Well,
top 50 players
50,
in the
50.
tournament. Top 50 players.
In the entire tournament or left in the tournament?
No, in the entire tournament.
The entire tournament.
The Athletic wrote an article about the top 50 players from the tournament. How many U.S. men's national team players do you think made the list?
I would probably have to say there's got to be at least 2. Got to be at least 2. You probably have to have, I would say, at least Balogun, and probably you got to have Pulisic in there, I would think.
Oh, wow. I would have guessed Malik Tillman.
Yeah, maybe Tillman
he
is
had
in
a
there.
great run for the tournament.
He did. Yeah, but is this a pre-ranking or is this a post-ranking?
No, this is from all the way up until the semifinal.
Okay, so
top
Malik
50
Tillman,
players in the tournament.
Yeah, okay, so Malik Tillman did have a good run. Okay, so Tillman, yeah, okay, I'll put Tillman in there because Pulisic did have a bad outing. So, okay, Tillman.
One player
Okay,
made the
Balogun.
top 50.
Balogun,
One player.
Balogun.
And maybe this will put into context for American sports fans where we sit when our one player in the top 50, where he is located in the list of the top 50 players for this year's World Cup. Flo Balogun was ranked at number 28.
Okay.
So our best player, the only one in the top 50, was ranked 28th from The Athletic for this tournament. Okay, so like that should be the perspective, right? You wonder why the U.S. men's national team is not playing today against France. It's because we don't have enough talent overall. And sure, you could suggest that if players had better tournaments, maybe they crack the top 50. But when you look at the list, and I'm not going to go through the entire 50-player list because I don't think most American sports fans know a lot of the names. Of course, you get Harry Kane and Haaland and Michael Olise and Dembele and Messi and Mbappe and Bellingham, right? Like the famous names are all there, but some of the lesser names that perhaps some who are just casually watching soccer, they probably don't know Alexis McAllister from Argentina, who is on the list at number 40, right? He's a very good player. We don't have someone like that for the American squad. No. And I think that is it crystallized when I saw this list yesterday and I saw that Flo Balogun sitting at 28. It makes perfect sense why we can't be where these 4 countries that are going to play today and tomorrow are at, because we don't have enough talent overall. We just don't have enough top level talent to compete in this competition.
No, and what I've been, following soccer as closely as you and I do and following various soccer reporters, you're seeing guys from other teams now, from the teams that went a certain distance, right? Like guys like from the Moroccan team, guys from the Egyptian teams, even guys from the from Cape Verde, and guys from, the Belgian squad, and guys from Norway get picked off by other squads from around the world, right? This guy is these teams are interested in this guy, and this team is interested in this guy, and this team is interested.
Yeah.
And good teams, Manchester United, Manchester City, teams that are Barcelona, teams that are overseas, where they're not going to be the main guy over there, but they're going to get over there. They're going to train with them. They're going to play with them. They're not going to be, a top 3 player on that team, but they're going to be a strong midfielder for them. They're going to be a guy that subs on for them. They're going to be someone that they were highlighted in the World Cup as a strong player on a team that maybe went a little bit farther than they were supposed to, and that they were highlighted. And now a team around the world is like, oh, that guy can play. Let's go try to get him on loan from whatever team that they are on and see if they can come and make a difference for us this upcoming season, which starts in a couple months for most of these teams. So that's what would have done for the Americans. A lot of these guys that play for smaller clubs or that play for MLS teams, or if you would have been able to beat Belgium, and if you would have been able to face Spain in the next round and at least maybe hold serve with Spain a little bit, maybe a team sees one of these other guys and says, hey, come over and play with us. We'll get you on loan from your team, and you can come and train with us, and you can come play with us for this season, and we'll see what happens. And that's all the better experience that you can get. And then that translates, and that's what you need. What we saw 4 years ago and 8 years ago is that what do you need from your American players to get better? You need them to have experience with overseas soccer. Playing in the MLS is not going to cut it. Playing over here is not going to be good enough to compete on the world stage. You need to get training with clubs overseas, in the Premier League, in La Liga, in the Bundesliga, in the French, in all of these leagues. And if you showcase your talent deep into the World Cup, into these knockout stages, that's how you get picked off by another team over there. Yeah. And that's what you can see. And it just, unfortunately, for the U.S. men's national team, it didn't happen.
Yeah, Flo Balogun at 28. So the 50 best players in this year's World Cup. For the comparison, it's obvious to me why the U.S. is not to this point. We don't have enough top-level talent. Flo Balogun at 28 is the only guy in the top 50. Mm-hmm. All right, we got that down. What about the 4 teams that are playing in the semifinal? Okay, Argentina, they have 5 players. England, they have 5 players. Mm-hmm. Spain, they have 6 players. Yeah. In France, they have 8 players in the top 50 to this point in the tournament. So, I mean, when you look at that, it makes perfect sense to why a team like the U.S. can't get past the round of 16. Yeah. We just don't have enough talent. And you were talking about players getting noticed and then perhaps getting a better club deal out of the World Cup. Flo Balogun also has signed on to LeBron James's agency, Clutch Sports, and he is getting some light hits around Europe. No one in the Premier League, but it does seem like the rumor mill in international soccer is that Juventus in Italy is interested in Flo Balogun. So he was playing in the French league last year. So if he gets a transfer to Juventus, that's actually a step up for Flo Balogun. And I'm not entirely sure that he would be a starter. He might be someone that is used as like off the bench in that situation, but Weston McKennie is playing at Juventus. It is a good situation for him over there. So, I mean, maybe that's a step forward for Flo Balogun and his development. And hopefully in 4 years' time, he is a much more lethal striker than what he is at this moment. And he's the U.S.'s best player.
You just want to train over there and practice over there. Wasn't Weston McKennie talking about, wasn't he training with Ronaldo for a while? They were on the same team. Yeah. And he was training with Ronaldo and just that experience. And he was like, yeah, because they were, I believe they did, I saw an interview with him and saying, what's Ronaldo really like? Like, he's one of these guys, we never get a peek behind the curtain, you know, and what's he really like? You just get to train with the elites, you know, and like Juventus, like you said, they're not an elite club, but you get to train with a better club than anybody that's in the MLS, right? And you get to train with a better club that's anybody that's overseas, and that's the experience that you need. And getting over there and getting that experience, that's what we need. And yeah, you can talk about, like you said, you can talk about, youth soccer and all that kind of stuff. That, yes, from the ground level, you can talk about that. But that's like saying, okay, in 40 something, that's when you'll see the fruits of that.
Yeah.
But we're talking about 4 years from now, getting the guys that are going to make a difference in 2030, get them overseas now. So in 4 years, they're ready to compete. Having a youth soccer infrastructure now isn't going to help in 2030 or 2034. You need to get these guys experience now so they're ready for 2030, because this group can be good. This group can, I'm not going to say they're going to ever win a World Cup or anything like that, but they can make it to what we thought was going to be the final 8. They can do that. They just need the experience and to be ready to face a team like Belgium. So they're not ready. So the lights aren't too bright for them when they get on that stage. So they're used to it when they see it.
I saw this article also from Front Office Sports, and it's about Christian Pulisic, and it is about the fiasco and the cautionary tale for marketers, for those promoting their products around the commercial breaks of the World Cup, and how sponsors keep airing spots with, quote, Captain America leading the World Cup ad breaks, even though Pulisic was absolutely terrible in this year's World Cup. And if we go back to last week, remember, after the game, he just wanted to make sure everyone knew it was time for some rest. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I just twisted my ankle and just sprained my ankle. I mean, it's just frustrating to end like that, of course. But now time to rest, so hopefully it'll be okay.
It'll be okay. He has time to rest.
Now time to rest, so hopefully it'll be okay.
Yes, I mean, he was injured, but still, he had a very poor tournament as well. And so the article in Front Office Sports is talking about how he was the face of U.S. men's soccer, and in all the commercial breaks that you're still seeing and the promotions for the World Cup, when you're watching TV, it is all centered around Pulisic. And it's just one thing you have to remember when you're marketing someone that's accomplished absolutely nothing heading into something. You have to be willing to understand that he might flame out. It may not actually come through.
Oh, yeah.
And those advertisers look a little silly still running ads promoting Pulisic merch. I've heard that one 1,000 times about get your Pulisic merch. Like, what? Who wants that?
You either have to do like a Team USA thing or be willing to pivot or have multiple players, you know? Like Landon Donovan talked about it, how he was the guy and then had a disappointing World Cup, and he understands it, you know?
Landon actually accomplished a little something with the U.S. team, though.
I understand that, but
Clint Dempsey scored big goals for the U.S. in big matches.
You assume that someone is going to have a decent tournament, and when they don't, Pulisic doesn't really have the track record either of performing well. So that was a lot of buy-in.
So hopefully it'll be okay.
With the rest and it being okay, what's the merch?
Time to rest, so
you get a Snuggie. Okay. Snuggies are always
pillows
fun.
in a sleeping bag.
Pillow in a maybe okay. Some mouth. You get a mouth tape is big, right? Are people still mouth taping? That was a fad for a while. Are people still mouth taping?
Mouth tape.
Yeah.
So today we have Spain and France, 3 Eastern on Fox from Dallas. It should be fantastic. The first semifinal match here in the semifinals of the World Cup. Can't wait to watch that as well. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. We continue to count down 32 questions in 32 days in the NFL as we head towards training camp. Today, let's take a look at the Detroit Lions. New offensive coordinator for the Lions can get the Lions offense back to where it was under Ben Johnson. We'll talk about that coming up next.
The NFL's offseason isn't over yet. Von Miller, Tyreek Hill, Deebo Samuel, still available, still dangerous. Will they land with a contender before training camp? Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
That's right, Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app as we continue to count down the days to the start of NFL training camp. We have teams that will report on July 22nd. Cardinals and Panthers will be the first two teams to report to camp. By July 28th, we will have every team in camp in the NFL. And that's where we get today's first question for 32 questions in 32 days, the Detroit Lions.
32 questions in 32 days. Bleck and Abdalla discuss every NFL team's biggest question heading into training camp. Today's team, the Detroit Lions.
Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to throw it back to Goff. Who had that on the bingo card? Touchdown Lions.
Today's question, can Drew Petzing get the offense back to where it was under Ben Johnson?
All right, so there's the first question for the Detroit Lions, and I don't know if that's something that's capable of happening with Drew Petzing. I don't think he's that good of an offensive coordinator to get the Lions offense back to the point that it was when Ben Johnson was there. I think the other aspect to this conversation is Ben Johnson. I think what we're starting to see in the NFL is one of those guys that you can add to the group with McVay, Shanahan, and some of those great offensive-minded head coach type guys. Now, I don't know if he's a great head coach, but I think his offensive schematics certainly are there. And so for Drew Petzing to get to that point with the Lions offense, I don't see it. I don't think that he's going to be able to do that.
I know it was a disappointing year for the Lions in general. They didn't make the playoffs, all that good stuff. It was a down year for them. They were dealing with a decent amount of injuries. However, I will say that they do have my favorite group of weapons on the field. And I will say that it wasn't a horrible year for Jared Goff. Between the weapons that they have of Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams, and Sam Laporta, I expect them to have a great year again next year. Jared Goff only threw for 3 less touchdowns and 100 less yards last year than he did the year before. And I know you could say, well, the results weren't the same. They didn't make the playoffs. They weren't as good. Okay, I understand that. But it's a two-way game, right? The defense has to be able to step up. The defense has to be better. And obviously, off-the-field issues, Terry Arnold's not going to be there. You have to make up for that. But as far as
off-the-field issues, right? That you just dump that all into the same pile, same category?
What do you want me to do? He's not going to be there. What do you want me to say? So as far as the offense goes, they've got to get back to the same level of scoring 3 more, Jared Goff throwing for 3 more touchdowns and 100 more yards. They just need to be able to win more games and not give up the lead the way that they were and not, convert those stats to wins.
That's where this conversation to me is focused. It's on the wins. That's it. The offense, I don't even need to look at Jared Goff's stats from one year to the next. I think he's good.
Yeah.
I don't think it's really that much of a concern at all. They've got great weapons. Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams. They've got very good weapons that go along with a very good quarterback. The offense will be fine. Whether or not they get those wins, that's the conversation, right? Because the proof to all of this and the question that is posed, if Drew Petzig could get their offense back to what it was under Ben Johnson, it's all going to come back to whether or not they're a playoff team and whether or not they have more wins than they had last year. That's it.
Yeah.
And I think Detroit's going to be good. I think out of the NFC North, they're the best team. And there are flaws with the three other teams. I know the Packers think that they're the best team. The Chicago Bears think that they're the best. And Kevin O'Connell thinks he has something special up his sleeve with Kyler Murray and his quarterback carousel or competition, whatever they're going to do in Minnesota. So I mean, it's a very good division. I think last year, one-loss games did not go the Lions' way.
Yeah.
That, to me, will balance out this upcoming season. They'll be back at the top of the division, and then the other three teams will be battling for the wild card. That's the way I see the Lions' season kind of playing out.
They were better than the Bears in points per game and yards per game last year. So were they just didn't have the wins, like you said. So that's the difference. The difference is converting those stats into wins and being able to get back. And I think both you and I think that this team is going to be at the top of the division at the end of the season. And right now, I do think it is still the toughest division in the NFL. Like, you could tell me, you could make a case for the Bears to win the division again. You could make the case for Kevin O'Connell and Kyler Murray to figure it out, and the Vikings to win the division this year too. So it's the division is completely up for grabs right now. If I had to pick today, I would pick the Lions to win the division and find a way to bounce back and convert those one-score losses to one-score wins next season, because I think they'll be able to get back and figure it out.
It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. So the Detroit Lions will head to training camp on July 28th. It's now time for the Defensive Player of the Week, brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission, and let's stick with the Lions theme. Why don't we nominate for the Defensive Player of the Week Aiden Hutchinson as your Defensive Player of the Week as we continue to talk Lions football.
All right.
Here on Bleck and Abdalla.
I like it. Hopefully that defense can get back to where it was before and be able to support that decent offense, that really good offense, because statistically, they were great. Just got to convert some of those to wins and be able to do that. And that defense is going to be a huge part of that.
So there you go. Aiden Hutchinson is our Defensive Player of the Week, brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. It's Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. We'll continue each hour today with a question about a different team in the NFL. So we get the Lions up first, then we will head to Minneapolis and the Minnesota Vikings, and then we'll also get the Carolina Panthers before we're done today. 32 teams. 32 questions in 32 days heading into the training camps around the National Football League. Bleck and Abdalla, sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. Can I direct your attention to a story out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin? The headline to the story: groomsman eating meatballs with his hands at wedding leads to a shooting that injured two people, with the bride stopping the suspect from fleeing in an SUV.
Okay.
Per the authorities in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
That's just normal. I don't see.
There's a groomsman who started this entire thing because he was eating meatballs with his hands.
That's just normal Milwaukee behavior. I don't understand.
Oh, that's a shot.
I don't see that.
That's not right.
That's just normal Milwaukee
Good
behavior.
People of Wisconsin listening to this program.
That's just normal Milwaukee
Don't take
behavior.
a shot like that.
Oh, we're broadcasting out of the great city of Chicago. I don't know. I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. The female victim reportedly told cops that, she's the cousin of the bride. She said that she was in the kitchen when she saw a groomsman eating meatballs with his hands. When she told him to use a plate, he punched her.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
what are we doing?
All right.
And then the next sentence: this set off a skirmish that allegedly led to gunshots. Witnesses say the shooter, a friend of the groomsman, who was the one who had the bad table manners. Okay, so if you're there, going face first into the meatballs with just your paws,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And someone says, "Hey, Willie, why don't you use a plate?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sure that was like met with just delight.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, pal.
Yeah.
Why don't you use instead of going face first into the meatballs with your hands?
Yeah.
Why don't you use a plate? You punch someone. What?
No.
What the hell?
I mean, this is normal fish fry behavior
Okay. All right.
for Milwaukee. I don't know what
All
you're
right.
talking about. This is normal Wisconsin fish fry behavior. I don't understand why this is this is just
And
this
it's
is being brought up.
And it's the bride that saved the day because after the shooting, Meatball Hands Willie ran towards an SUV and he tried to flee. But the bride told the cops she saw him trying to leave and wrestled away his key fob to prevent him from driving away.
You ain't ruining her wedding. Are you kidding me?
So he ran away instead. How about that?
You ain't ruining her wedding. Did she get sauce on her dress?
I hope not. It's tough to get marinara sauce out of a white wedding dress.
You ain't ruining this wedding. Are you kidding me?
Who's eating meatballs with their hands?
Hungry fella?
Toothpick, fork.
Nah.
You just go right in. I get that. Who's grabbing a meatball and just palming it and chewing on it?
She wasn't upset. It seemed like she wasn't upset by the hands. It seemed like she was upset that he wasn't using a plate.
Yeah, and that's what started it, is that there was no plate.
It seemed like the hands wasn't the issue. It seemed like the drippage was the issue, that he wasn't holding over with a plate.
Don't you think the offering or suggesting of a plate is the passive-aggressive way to say stop using your hands?
Well, that's not implied. It didn't say grab a fork. It said use a plate, as if she was worried about the drippage.
So there you go. There's the story. Man who's getting after the meatballs with his hands.
I don't see how this is news.
Leads to two injured.
This is normal.
And the bride saved the day.
Normal fish fry behavior.
And you're just taking inappropriate shots at the state of Wisconsin.
Normal fish fry behavior.
That's not right.
Normal Friday fish fry behavior.
Did you see where the players ranked Lamar Jackson? Ooh, we got to talk about that. That's coming up next.
This is Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will be in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
That's right, Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, Sirius XM Channel 375, and all of our great affiliates around the country. I'm Chris Bleck along with Adam Abdalla, hanging out with you until 3 Eastern right here on Westwood One Sports. Live from Chicago, you can call or text the show at 310-840-4910. Abdalla, tonight we have the Major League Baseball All-Star Game, 8 Eastern on Fox. Can't wait to watch that. I thought the Home Run Derby was fantastic last night, so we'll continue to talk about that as we go along here on the show as well. A little football. I saw this yesterday, and I think it's interesting. So the NFL has the top 100 players. It's voted on by the players, and the NFL used to have a TV show on the NFL Network that would release all 100 players, and I think sometimes they would go by 10. There'd be like 5 different weeks, and then they go 10 at a time, and they'd have a big TV show, right? And so the top 100 players in the NFL voted on by the players. This year, there is no TV show. They're just releasing it on the NFL's official social media channels. And yesterday, they released that Lamar Jackson, rated by the players, comes in at number 69. Okay? Now, when we've talked about the list to this point, we've seen Baker Mayfield at 77. We got Jordan Love at 72. And we've talked about the various quarterbacks on the list and where they're ranked and where they could be and, who's above them type of thing. Lamar Jackson being rated by the players at number 69, the 69th best player in the NFL, to me tells me one thing. And it's that the other players in the National Football League think Lamar Jackson is a bit of a gimmick. That's what this tells me. Because this isn't, we had the ESPN list yesterday, which took into account 70 coaches, scouts, and front office executives who were given the task of charting and giving a ranking for the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. And Lamar Jackson came in at number 5. So front office people, coaches, and scouts had Lamar Jackson at number 5. I'm guessing from the players that there are not just 4 more quarterbacks on the list. 68 to 0, right, to number 1. I'm guessing there's going to be more than 4 quarterbacks, right? So to me, it tells me that the players view Lamar Jackson as a gimmick, that a 2-time MVP who has not won at the highest level a Super Bowl or getting to a Super Bowl, who has been injured, who's kind of been in this situation where we in the media have questioned whether or not he has the want to, if he takes it seriously off the field, if he's really dedicated to the game like other great quarterbacks. Seeing the players rank him at number 69 makes me feel like the other players think that Lamar Jackson is a gimmick. Run first guy, quarterback. He's very athletic, but he's not one of the best players in the National Football League.
Well, certainly the coaches don't, because in that article from Jeremy Fowler, one of the quotes from the coaches says what's impressive is that he's gotten better as a passer. He's more of a complete passer. It's impressive. I really didn't respect the passing game as much before in his career, but the last time we played him, he was much better. He can dice you up. So the coaches that he faces, the defensive coordinators that he faces, obviously respect him as a passer. And I do think if you watch ball, you can see he has become a better passer as the years have gone on. And I think as he gets up there in age, he's going to have to stop running at a certain point. Like you're going to get hurt. Like as you get older.
That goes for every quarterback.
That goes for every quarterback.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's everybody. So I think that what it says to me is that we're going to get Mahomes, we're going to get Burrow, we're going to get Josh Allen, we're going to get Matthew Stafford. Who else haven't we seen yet that we expect to be on that list?
Herbert. Dak.
Dak is definitely going to be on that list. I don't know about Herbert.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff will probably be on that up there.
Right. I mean, I'm sure we can come up with at least a handful. I mean, are we sure that Drake May and Caleb Williams won't make it?
That's what I'm wondering, because
they made the top 10 list that we had yesterday from the coaches, execs, and scouts. Both of those quarterbacks made it.
I know they didn't make a show, but in previewing this list on social media, they did have clips of players talking about it. And Micah Parsons, when talking about the top 100 players, he did say Iceman, which alludes to Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
When talking about his top players in the NFL. So that would have me to believe that Caleb Williams is going to be on the list. I don't know why the NFL would put that out there without him being on the list. So, I mean, there's no way that that Lamar Jackson is less of a quarterback than Caleb Williams or Drake May or Jared Goff.
Or Justin Herbert.
Or
Dak Prescott.
Or Dak Prescott. Or even Trevor Lawrence. Or
if you wanted to tell me heading into this season that you would rather have Lamar Jackson over Joe Burrow, I would say, okay, that I could understand that.
Sure.
Like that's where so here's why I say what I'm saying. It feels like the players around football, unless you're buddies with Lamar Jackson, you think that it's a gimmick.
Well, is it also a gimmick, but also we know that this can also be a popularity contest. And with Lamar Jackson, we do know that last season and the seasons before, I don't know how many players are actually voting on this and how many players from the Ravens are actually voting on this, how many players from the rest of the division are actually voting on this, but we do know a lot of things happen to cater to Lamar Jackson. Practice times were moved to adjust to Lamar Jackson because he didn't like practicing in the morning. A lot of stuff was done. He wasn't available to practice a lot.
For sure.
He was, I'm hurt, I'm questionable, I didn't participate, but then he's ready for game day. Some players respect that. You and I have spoken to former players who are saying, I don't care what you do during the week. Stand on the sideline all week. I don't care.
Yeah,
If
just
you're-
be ready for game
If
day.
you're ready for game day
Yeah.
and you give me everything you have on game day and it shows up on game day, don't show up all week. I don't care, you know? But some other players see that and they go, well, this guy's not all in. This guy's not there. We missed the playoffs because, you know, of a field goal. And we were put in that position because this guy wasn't all in. You know, I'm not saying that that's the case. I'm just saying that maybe other players see that and other players are putting that into their voting, you know?
Yeah, no doubt. Like a name that comes to mind. You and I used to host a show in Chicago with linebacker Lance Briggs. Mm-hmm. And he would strike me as the type of guy that would be of that mindset, right? Like he wants to see someone putting in the work, being there, leading the team, being about it, even though he himself, as a player, was someone that was not always over the top committed as a player, right? Like, so
Yeah.
I do understand. And the story for those who are probably not aware nationally, back when Lance Briggs and the Chicago Bears at the time were pretty good, pretty competitive. Brian Urlacher was still playing. Lovie Smith was the coach. There was like a day off of training camp where Lance Briggs left Chicago to go to Sacramento to open up a barbecue joint. And so like he was out of town and then he like miss a day of camp coming back or something like that? Wasn't that the story? It was a big controversy in Chicago because it was like, this is an active Pro Bowl level player who just like during the middle of camp up and left to go open a barbecue joint in Sacramento, of all places. And I don't think Lance is from Sacramento. So it was just like a weird story. So like that was him as a player. But then post-playing, when we were hosting shows with him, he was all about the guys who were like dedicated to the craft. You remember that?
It was Tressman. It was
a Tressman.
It was
era.
Mark
Okay,
Tressman.
so it was
and Briggs,
just after Lovey.
Briggs didn't tell Tressman day off was for a restaurant opening.
Yes, right. And it was a big controversy in Chicago at the time.
Yeah, his double nickel smokehouse because he wore 55.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, like I think players, like Abdalla's saying, players can be very they can change their opinions as they go through their careers, right?
Yeah.
So like as a player, maybe they think one way, think it's cool. And then when they get into their post-playing career, they see the hindsight of like, oh yeah, I want the quarterback who's going to be dedicated. But like these are all guys who are in the NFL. These are current players voting him 69th. So I mean, I would say this. To me, it's telling. I don't know what it's telling us, but I think it's interesting that Lamar Jackson's number 69. I can't recall a professional athlete where I think us, the general public, those who are watching the football, watching the sports, where we actually value someone more, rightfully so, than how the peers value them. You know, because that's what's happening here with Lamar Jackson. Those who didn't play, me and you and other sports fans, right? We all think that Lamar Jackson's a top 5 quarterback. The players are telling us he likely is not.
Yeah.
When do you ever see that discrepancy? Usually it's the other way. Usually we're wrong and we think someone's way better than they actually are. And then the player's like, nah, he's not that good, right? Like he's not the best. But we're like, yeah, but look at the stat sheet. Look what he did for my fantasy football team.
Did you mention where Lamar Jackson was in 2025 on this ranking?
Wasn't he like number 1?
He was number 2.
Yeah, that's my point.
Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, what's going on here?
well, that's why I go back to this is I think this is an availability thing. I think, and I know he played a lot every Sunday, but I think this goes back to him and and I know he was available this OTAs, and I don't know when the voting for this stuff takes place, and he was available for the involuntary workouts, but like the story about, like, think about it. How early was this voting take place when the story came out about how he wasn't in the building to meet his new head coach?
That's true, but he has been there for all the off-season activities.
I understand that. But
no, I remember. I remember that. That was right around the Super Bowl, wasn't it?
Exactly. So how how much does that take into account when players are voting for this stuff? When players are seeing that, oh, we're facing the Ravens this week and Lamar hasn't been in practice all week, but then he plays on Sunday. Oh, we're facing the Ravens and Lamar's questionable. He jogged out to practice on Thursday. He didn't practice on Wednesday. He sat out on Friday, and now he's ready to go on Sunday. And they didn't have a good game, and then they missed the playoffs, and the Steelers got in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's true.
This is what people are looking at. And the question is, what is this new coaching staff going to do to get Lamar to buy in? The question is, will Lamar buy in? We talked about that. Will Lamar buy in? Our 32 teams, 32 questions for 32 teams. Will this coaching staff get Lamar Jackson to buy in? And that's a question for a reason. It's not just out of thin air.
Yeah, right.
We're not just making that, will Matthew Stafford buy in? That's not a question for every quarterback.
Yeah, no, you're
right.
right.
It's a question for Lamar Jackson. And so I think he will. That's how I answered yesterday. I think Lamar Jackson and the Ravens are going to have a great year. I think if it's AFC Championship or bust for this team. I think he is going to buy in. I think he needs to buy in. I think this offense is going to be great. I think this defense is stacked. I think this team is going to be great. If they don't win their division, if they don't make an AFC Championship game, even with a new coaching staff, it is a failure if they don't do that, the way this team is stacked this year. And that's the way this is going to be.
Lamar Jackson rated by the NFL players in the NFL Top 100 at number 69. Jordan Love at 72. I mean, Jordan Love and Lamar Jackson are 3 spots away from each other. What are we talking about here?
Have you seen the discourse around Jordan Love? Have you been watching this?
No.
Have you been paying attention to this?
What's going on with our guy Jordan Love?
What are we doing?
What do you mean? What's up with Jordan Love?
What's going on here?
What's going on with him?
What are we doing?
Tell us what's happening.
So there seems to be not necessarily an argument.
It's spicy.
But there seems to be.
What is it? What's happening?
A group of nerds.
Oh wow, Abdalla's going to take on the nerds.
No. And whenever
I say
this, and I have to say this, whenever I say this, I say nerds in the most affectionate way possible.
Oh, sure, of course.
The football.
Yeah, you're trying to save face with the nerds now.
The football nerds, the Warren Sharps of the world, the ball knowers, the true stat nerds.
Yes.
Right?
Okay, all right.
They believe
ravenous rodents.
That when you look at the numbers, that Jordan Love should be like a top 6 or 7 quarterback.
Okay. All right.
That when you dig into the numbers, that him being outside of this top 10 list of execs.
What numbers? Which numbers?
Well, quarterbacks under pressure, quarterbacks when throwing into the end zone, quarterbacks it's basically every nerd metric you can look at.
All right.
Besides how many times has he won his division, how the wins, like all of that stuff.
What are we doing? What's going on?
And the defense of him being ranked 72 on the list there by the players,
all right,
and outside of the top 10, and Caleb Williams being ranked ahead of him, has drawn the ire.
The football nerds are upset that Caleb Williams is ahead of Jordan Love.
Well, not just Caleb Williams, but like
Drake May as well.
Drake May, Caleb Williams. I think who else was ahead of him on that list? I believe
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. I think even in the lower rankings outside of the top 10. No, outside of the top 10 too. I believe like Trevor Lawrence.
It was Sam Darnold. It was Jalen Hurts.
Yes, and
Jordan
those
Love.
guys were outside. Were ranked ahead of him as well. And they're doing the what are we doing? What's going on here?
Oh yes.
What's going on?
You guys are GMs and scouts. You're supposed to be looking at the nerdiest of nerd numbers. Sure. How are you doing this? Jordan Love is the elite of the elite.
Jordan Love is elite. That's the rule.
That's the rule.
That's the goal now.
That's the goal now. He's never won his division.
Please. I can never get out of my head that throw against Carolina last season. Midfield, drops back, throws up a prayer to the right side of the end zone. Not a Packer within miles. There's no Packer on the field.
Yeah.
No one there except a Panthers defender who just catches the ball and just takes it the other way.
I'm just telling you, man.
I will never get that out of my head.
There's a discourse. There's a conversation happening.
Jeez. Okay.
There's a discourse going on about Jordan Love.
I think you should take on the nerds.
No, I don't need to.
I think you
love
should.
the nerds. I just like to sit. There's it's the meme of the two girls fighting and I'm the guy smoking a bowl in the background. Like that's me. Like I'm that meme. I'm just sitting on the sideline. I'm just watching. I'm just like, yeah, you two fight. You guys go ahead and argue over Jordan Love. I've got Caleb Williams over here. I'm good.
I'm getting high.
I'm good with the dude that's rolling 80 yards backwards and throwing darts in the end zone.
Caleb City, USA, baby. Here we go.
I'm good.
Caleb Williams, Caleb Wilson, we're ready to dominate. We have power rankings coming up with Raj right here on Westwood One Sports. International soccer is down to its final matches. DraftKings has you covered for every single one.
The DraftKings app is now available in all 50 states and includes all markets. New DraftKings customers sign up with code BNA26 and spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days.
That's code BNA26 for Bleck Abdalla 26 in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Bet with DK Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org on behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas. Bet tax pass through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus, void in Canada. Event contract trading with DraftKings. Predictions involve risks of loss. Availability varies. Bet to get bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Trade to get $50 in prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Issued every 7 days via click to claim for 21 days. One non-withdrawable reward redeemable. Predictions offer void in New York. Ends July 19th. Terms at dkng.co/audio.
We know you're jonesing for some football just like we are. NFL training camps begin opening in 8 days. And yes, we're counting. You're home for the NFL. Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. The tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Broadcasting live from the great city of Chicago each day right here on Westwood One Sports. It's Bleck and Abdalla hanging out with you until 3 Eastern. Right now, it's time for Power Rankings with Raj.
Hey, how are
What?
you?
Easy, Bieber. Power Rankings with Raj. That's right. He's in parts unknown in Colorado.
And the next question comes from the line of Raj Sharan with Westwood One. Please proceed.
Please proceed. Hello, Raj. How are you?
Good, guys. All right. We are in an all-star state of mind right now. I saw a
Yes.
trailer over the weekend when I was at Wana for Shrek. They still use Smash Mouth in the trailer, so I'm thinking all-star. We got the all-star game tonight. We had the home run derby last night, so I thought to myself, you know what? We have a lot of all-star games. We have a lot of all-star events. That is our power rankings today. If you're new to the program, we don't number these. We have categories. It's like your favorite meme that you see online. And we're going to start off. By the way, it can be any all-star game or category. So you want to pick the three-point contest. You want to pick the NHL
Sure.
all-star skills.
Yep.
Up to you. Or the game itself, guys. We're going to start off, Abdalla, with keep tinkering. Who are you going to put under this category? All-star games and events. Keep tinkering.
Keep tinkering. Okay, so the keep tinkering one, I am going to put the NHL All-Star Game. And the reason I'm going to put that in there is because that break that they took for that Four Nations thing, I thought was really good. And I don't know how you can find a way to kind of replicate that in a all-star format type of thing, because I don't think the NHL All-Star Game gets enough pub as it does. You're always like, oh, it's All-Star Weekend for the NHL too? Oh, okay, cool. I guess I'll watch some stuff.
Yeah, it's cold outside. I guess I'll stay in and watch this.
I guess I'll watch
Sure.
some things. Like if you had a way to engage more fans by having more of like a tournament style thing. Maybe you just make it less players, or you invite more players, but have it like be a smaller tournament.
I got an idea. What if they play a tournament and the winner gets a cup?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying use current NHL players, but make like a smaller Nations Cup of like current NHL players.
Get smaller nations?
But just use the nations, but use the current NHL players.
What's your cutoff of the amount of people for a country to participate?
I don't care, dude. That's for them to figure it out. I'm just trying to get more people involved in the NHL All-Star Game to make it hit more, to make it like make more of an impact.
Raj like that.
So I think that it can be tinkered with to make more of an impact and get more people watching.
What do you say, Black?
To tinker, I will say the Pro Bowl games. Whatever you've done to the Pro Bowl games, you've killed it.
I got another category for
tinker
that.
for that. Tinker away with the dunk contest. I don't feel like where it's at right now it works. So I would keep trying to tinker. And then also the NBA All-Star Game. The All-Star Game used to be great. For some reason, we've gotten to this point where it's a complete waste of everybody's time. So keep tinkering. So those are my 3. Pro Bowl, the dunk contest, NBA All-Star Game.
All right, next up, this one is inspired by my friend Chris Black, that if you guys don't know, he is a man who watches the local nightly news. I do. All right, that is Chris Black.
Fact.
Your next category, don't change a thing. Do not change a thing. All-Star games and events, Chris Black.
Raj, you're trying to paint me as the oldest 41-year-old in the country. You need to paint the full
It does not require
picture.
a lot of effort, my friend.
Well, you have to paint the full picture. Why do I watch the nightly news?
I
watch the nightly news for the weather because I golf. That's why, for the weather.
I'm afraid.
I just want to know what's going on in my neighborhood. All right. Okay. So don't change a thing. I think we're living in the day. It's today. The Major League Baseball All-Star Game, the Home Run Derby, you got it. Don't change a thing. And if I had to add a third to my list of the power rankings, I would say the NBA three-point contest. The NBA three-point shootout works. Don't change a thing. That's my list.
Okay, so my list is pretty much the same as yours. I just thought of a way to tinker with the Home Run Derby, which I think Raj would really like.
Oh, tell us. What do you have?
So hold on. First, I'm going to say the MLB All-Star Game is perfect. The three-point contest is perfect. I think the Shooting Stars game is fine. You know, like
That's boring.
It's boring,
No
but
one
whatever.
cares.
No one cares about it, but whatever. Okay.
Keep it
So
moving.
Raj, hear me out. Chris, sit this one out.
Okay.
As a former wrestling fan that I was, what if the last home run derby participant was a mystery participant? like
where you're going.
Royal Rumble.
I like
Good
it.
God,
I
whose
like where you're
music
going.
is that?
And
I like
all of
where
a
you're going.
sudden, the last one, like the stadium just goes dark and the lights turn back on and it's just a guy in the box and you don't know who it's going to be. Could it be Ohtani? Could it be Schwarber? Could it
I
be
like it a
Aaron
lot.
Judge? It's just a healthy player that we don't know who it's going to be. And it's just a mystery player. I think they're never gonna do it because you have to announce who it's gonna be and all this kind of stuff. But I think it would be like if you're gonna tweak it one way, I think that would be a hilarious way to do it.
I like where you're going there. As a wrestling executive whose podcast I listen to said, if you want somebody to be over, put them in a box. Put them in a box on TV. Everybody wants to know who's in the box. Shout out Bruce Pritchard. All right, next up on our Power Rankings All-Star Games and Events, it can be saved. It can be saved. Abdalla, what All-Star game or event can be saved?
I remember a time when the dunk contest used to be cool. When the dunk contest wasn't something that we just made fun of. The dunk contest was awesome. The dunk contest can be saved. I don't know how to save it. I don't know if it's money. I don't know if it's you have to make it mandatory for certain people. If you want to be an all-star this year, you have to participate. No more G League guys. Get the G League and the street ball guys out of here.
Street ball, jeez.
I don't need those guys in the dunk contest. I need real.
Can you name the street ball guys that were involved?
No, I was joking. I was trying to think of who is the street ball guy.
And one. Hot sauce.
And one got hot sauce.
Hot sauce never dunked.
I know he didn't dunk.
He wore the shirts that were all ripped up to the sides.
Yeah.
And they looked cool when he
was
dribbled.
my guy. That was a big Escalade fan.
All right, yeah.
Escalade, yes. I don't need those guys in my dunk contest. I want stars, and I need you can't tell me the way that you market this thing that you can't get a company to put up a couple $1 million as the prize.
How about this one for you, Abdalla? This isn't my first time throwing this one out. You compete in the dunk contest, you're Supermax eligible. In the same way that winning like an MVP or something like that, if you win the dunk contest, you're Supermax eligible.
They'd be running to the ball rack for that one. Are you kidding me?
400 people entering the dunk contest.
Gotta win,
God.
so you can be Supermax eligible.
I mean, you can't tell me that Sprite or Kia, whoever does it now, T-Mobile, get 1 billion sponsors. I don't care. The way this thing is all about brand activation now, you can't get a sponsor to pony up a couple $1 million for the winner. Come on now. It's ridiculous. If you if you incentivize it, good players will do it. You just have to make it worthwhile. Put up $5 million. They'll do it.
All right. It can be saved.
It can be saved.
Yeah, I think there's only one in this category because I don't think the Pro Bowl is savable at this point. It's just like if you're not going full max football, do people really want to watch it? I don't. I don't think many people do. I'm going to say this. I do think the NBA All-Star Game could be saved if you go back to the Eastern versus the Western Conference setup and you play a game based on the All-Stars from the Eastern and the Western conferences, and you play a basketball game, and it will be up to the players to give a damn. But if you got someone like Wembanyama who's out there trying, and others who are clowning around, they're getting embarrassed while the guys who are trying are out there actually playing. So I think that will balance out at some point. But you got to go back to the East against the West. That's what it is. It can be saved. It's the way it should have always been, and that's where the NBA All-Star Game should go. So it can be saved.
All right, Bleck, next category. I think you gave us a hint of where you're going here. All-Star games and events. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it.
Yeah, so I'm going to say the Pro Bowl. That's one. I'm also going to say the NBA Shooting Stars. That's two. And can I do a little dip into the dunk contest? I mean, at this point, I like Abdalla's idea that sponsors could pony up money to convince guys to participate. With that said, haven't we seen every great dunk before? I don't feel like there's any new land to discover. There's nothing new that we haven't seen in the dunk contest. It's all been done. We've gone like what? 5 or 6 years straight of guys just trying to pull off the dunks from the past. There's no innovation at all. Get rid of the dunk contest.
Well, we went through
no
the
one
prop
wants to see
phase.
that anymore.
That was like the
lame.
Nate Robinson, Blake Griffin era of like the prop
Totally
phase,
lame.
And now we're like,
and then costumes. You know, you got Superman. You got all kinds of little costumes. Lame.
What if it was a dunk contest and a stop contest and a block contest? If you block the guy dunking,
like
you
a
get
one-on-one?
You get the $1 million. No, but it's specifically dunk and block.
Well, but it's like, do you guys remember?
It's a poster contest.
Okay, so it's kind of like, do you guys remember in gym class? It's probably called different things in different parts of the country. Mm-hmm. But you line up, you count off numbers, and you line up on the baselines of a basketball court, and then they put like a bowling pin in the middle. Where we grew up, it was called Steal the Bacon.
Yes.
And then they would call off the number, like number 2, and then the 2s from each end have to race, grab the pin, and then run back to the other side.
Yeah.
What if it was like that? You had a player who started underneath the basket and one that started at the free throw line, and then they meet in the middle, and you try and dunk over the guy.
That's how the XFL started.
Yeah,
That's how they start their kickoff.
Yes.
And someone
and a dude
off their shoulder.
Yeah, he was injured. What if that was the way?
Take us home,
just
Abdalla.
get rid of
just
it.
Get rid of it.
The Pro Bowl is horrible, and I think the skills the skills competition in the NBA. You can dribble fast. You can you can shoot. You can get out. You can pass through a little round thing. Get out of here.
What?
That's why you're in the NBA.
That does it for Power Rankings, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Raj. We appreciate you. Bleck Abdalla, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save on commercial auto insurance from Progressive. Get a fast quote at progressivecommercial.com. What did you say? There's a little hole where...
There's a little hole. Oh, and also, one more.
What was
just
that?
get rid of it. All the celebrity games. Do we need those?
Oh, those are lame.
Do we need the celebrity games and the celebrity softball game? Do we need those? Does anybody watch those?
Yeah, well, baseball yesterday, they didn't have them participating, but they had a celebrity there for...
You guys ready to watch some balls go very far?
Will
into
Ferrell.
the air?
He's got his new show coming out on Netflix, so he was there.
Okay.
The man who never has to pay at Wawa.
Yeah, he was just getting the crowd on fire.
The Liberty Bell comes and takes photos of him.
That one was funny. I'll give him that one.
We continue with 32 questions in 32 days. The Minnesota Vikings are coming up next here on the show. Will J.J. McCarthy put up a fight in the battle for quarterback with Kyler Murray? We'll talk about that coming up next. When you speed while driving, you have less time to react to whatever comes across your path. A sharp turn could take you by surprise, causing you to veer off the road. Another car could turn out in front of you, leading to a fender bender.
A truck could brake suddenly, injuring you and the other driver. A cyclist could enter the road ahead, and your impact could send them to the hospital. A pedestrian could be walking their dog, and your foot on the gas might lead to a tragedy.
You may not think that any of these things could happen to you, but you won't see them until they happen. When you're speeding, you don't have time to course correct. You don't have time to stop.
And it only takes an instant for disaster to strike. The speed limit isn't just there to protect you. It's there to protect your passengers, other drivers, cyclists, pedestrians, and everyone sharing the road.
So slow down, obey the law, and help keep everyone around you safe.
Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Baseball's best take the diamond tonight in Philadelphia for the All-Star Game. After the American League won 9 straight, the National League has won 2 of the last 3. Who will win tonight? Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
The Vikings report to training camp on July 28th. The days are counting down before NFL teams report to camp. Here on the show, Bleck and Abdalla, we have 32 questions in 32 days. This is the Minnesota Vikings.
32 questions in 32 days. Bleck and Abdalla discuss every NFL team's biggest question heading into training camp. Today's team, the Minnesota Vikings.
Throws it up for Jefferson. He's got it, and he is in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Today's question, will J.J. McCarthy put up a fight in the battle with Kyler Murray?
32 questions in 32 days, Minnesota Vikings. I don't think so. I think what's going to, well, and this is what I think is going to take place, Abdalla. I think that they are going to present this as if it's an equal quarterback competition. But we know that that's very difficult to actually do while you're a team trying to win. If the Vikings were a team like Arizona or Miami, where the expectations are so low that you can have two quarterbacks rotating in and out with the first team and not creating the rhythm, the chemistry, and what you need for a starting unit for the NFL, for an offensive unit, I just don't buy it. I think what's going to happen is Kyler Murray's the more talented quarterback. Kyler Murray will be the guy getting the majority of the snaps throughout camp. And at some point early in camp, they'll deem Kyler Murray the starter. And then that's just the way the Vikings training camp will go into the preseason. That Kyler Murray will be the guy.
So the last time we heard from Kevin O'Connell, his quotes were this about the open competition. And he said it's going to be very open. Like, he's going to be very transparent about it. He's going to give updates about it, all that good stuff. He said Kyler has come in and done a great job. JJ, I think, has benefited from it. And he's had a really good spring. And he said Carson Wentz is this veteran quarterback in the room. We know Carson Wentz is
gotta have a good vet.
Gotta have a good vet in the room, right?
Have a good vet in the room, of course.
So we want to try to get back to the standard of having the quarterback position be a driving force behind us. Yada yada yada. Kyler has come in and done a great job. JJ, I think, has benefited from it, and he's having a really good spring.
Yeah.
I think that in everything that we've heard from Kevin O'Connell, he's always mentioned Kyler Murray first. He's always talked about Kyler Murray first. He's always said, Kyler's doing this, Kyler's doing great. JJ's benefiting from the competition. JJ's learning a lot. JJ is really coming, like he's always talking about JJ as if he's a rookie, as if this is his first year and he's learning on the job. He's talking as if he's, Sean McVay dealing with Ty Simpson.
Yeah.
Or Kubiak dealing with Fernando Mendoza when they know they have a starter. And like Kyler Murray has already taken the reins and this is his job. So yeah, you can put up a fight all you want, but I think we all know what's going to happen. This is Kyler Murray's job. Kyler Murray, when healthy, has been a good quarterback. And now he's got Justin Jefferson. Now he's got a top 10 defense behind him to preserve leads when he gets them or to hold teams so he can get a lead. So, and he's got a decent run game and he's got Kevin O'Connell, the quarterback whisperer, to help him out to revamp his career and either stick with the Vikings after this year or go out and get a big contract with another team the way Sam Darnold did. And I don't think the Vikings are going to make the same mistake again.
So there you go. The Minnesota Vikings, 32 questions in 32 days. I just don't think that J.J. McCarthy is going to put up that much of a fight with Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray, like Abdalla listed off there, was brought in to become the starter and to be the quarterback for the Vikings, to get them to the playoffs and to try to win a Super Bowl. And I think in the hopes for Vikings fans that they do get that Sam Darnold resurgence. Second team, second spot, Baker. It happened with Tampa Bay, right? Like, you get these talented quarterbacks drafted highly in the draft. They burn out in that first spot. You can blame a lot of different reasons. For the most part, I think we can blame the teams for a lot of it, right? Like, it's not like the Cardinals, Browns, or Jets have a good track record of how they develop quarterbacks. So I'm guessing that in a good situation with a good team, Kyler Murray is going to be the dude. And we will see as we get to camp, and July 28th is when the Minnesota Vikings will report to training camp. 32 questions in 32 days. We have one more today. We will attack the Carolina Panthers before we leave at 3 Eastern right here on Westwood One Sports. You can always call or text the show at 310-840-4910, like Chance in Alabama just did. What's up, Chance? You're on with Bleck Abdalla.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all taking the call. Hope y'all are having a good day. I am so far. So I am no Lamar Jackson fan, fellas. I am a Buffalo Bills fan, huge Josh Allen fan. But I think it's total disrespect that so the players vote on the NFL list. There's also an ESPN list dropped where he was voted fifth.
Yep.
Both of them are stupid to me. Both are stupid, right? There's not. First, I'll go to the ESPN list. Let's say there was a super draft coming up, right? Every player was available. They were just thrown in a pot, super draft, right? There are not going to be 4 quarterbacks picked before Lamar. Matt Stafford's too old. Joe Burrow can't stay healthy. I think it'd probably be Josh, Patrick, and then Lamar in some order of that nature, right? But anyways, and then the other list, I think it's either jealousy or they just I cannot explain it. You ask any of them guys, there's probably 4 teams that would say that they would rather have that they would stick with their quarterback than have Lamar. I can't. I don't know. Is it jealousy, guys? You said it was gimmicky. I don't know. He's been around doing this. He's been doing it for too long, man. I think the whole gimmicky thing. He's been doing this for way too long for it to be gimmicky. I think it's hate, jealousy, and maybe they. It could be the injury. That's the only logical explanation I can come to. Josh Allen voted number 1 on the ESPN list. Is absolutely correct. Going into next season, it's not a legacy award. He should be voted number 1. What do y'all think?
Yeah, thank you, Chance. Call again, all right? My man Chance is in Alabama listening to Bleck Abdalla here on the Westwood One Sports Network. And he makes a lot of good points. So the list he's referring to, the NFL Top 100, Lamar Jackson, number 69. He also also referenced the ESPN list from yesterday. The coaches, execs, and front office people around the NFL rank Lamar Jackson 5th. So there's a discrepancy. I think the players see Lamar Jackson as a bit gimmicky. That's what I think, is that they don't respect it because they think he's just a wild running quarterback. He's not as dangerous from the pocket. And then that's where I think it's at. But I think it's a good conversation because seeing Lamar at number 69 is pretty crazy. So we'll continue our phone calls and your text messages on the NFL at 310-840-4910. How about a quick look around baseball presented by NHTSA? When you speed, you have less time to react. Follow the speed limit. Keep other road users safe. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Jordan Walker won the home run derby last night.
How about that?
Walking it off to outlast Kyle Schwarber 12-11. He had to hit 6 home runs in a row down to his final swing, and he did just that. Won himself a cool $1 million in the new format. It was awesome, and those balls were flying out of the yard because it was hot, it was humid. It was a great night for baseball and a great night for Jordan Walker.
Yes, the balls were flying out of the ballpark because of Will Ferrell wanted it, right?
Okay, all right.
Ready to watch some balls go very far into the air?
And go far they did.
How about that? Jordan Walker, we salute you as you win the home run derby last night. A quick look around baseball presented by NHTSA. When you speed, you have less time to react. Follow the speed limit to keep other road users safe. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA. Yeah, I mean, I thought last night was fantastic. I really liked watching the home run derby. I was skeptical going in that they removed the clock and the time aspect of it, but the one thing I knew that would take place is slowing it down would allow us to appreciate those great, majestic home runs. And it really worked. I was worried about the amount of swings. I didn't know if that would be enough to satisfy the event. It really was. We'll continue talking about that coming up next right here on Westwood One Sports.
This is Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
That's right, Bleck and Abdalla right here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, Sirius XM Channel 375, and all of our great radio affiliates around the country. I'm Chris Bleck, along with Adam Abdalla, live from downtown Chicago on the air until 3 Eastern, and then we'll hand it off to Jim Rome in the Jim Rome Show right here on Westwood One Sports. If you want to join the show, we will get you on the air. You can call or text us at 310-840-4910. Last night, the Home Run Derby, I thought it was great. Tonight, the Major League Baseball All-Star Game, 8 Eastern on Fox. I'm looking forward to that, Abdalla. Today's a big day if you are a consumer of sport and you are going to be locked into Fox Television. They have the first semifinal game of the World Cup at 3 Eastern, France against Spain, and then that will roll right into all-star coverage of the Major League All-Star Game tonight. And I think it's the best all-star game in sports. And last night, watching the Home Run Derby, the new format worked. I was concerned by the limit of swings, that maybe we would get a situation where we wouldn't see as many home runs and maybe it wouldn't be as exciting. I was wrong. It was enjoyable. Jordan Walker, he won the Home Run Derby in the finals. He was able to go on a run at the end to make it dramatic. He had the fans booing him, which was cool. I like that. I like the home fans supporting their guy, Kyle Schwarber, booing another player from the National League instead of supporting him. Like, that was fun. I enjoyed that. The 6 home runs to end the run. He had 4 home runs at the end that were his do or die swings, which is great. If he didn't hit a home run, he was not going to win it. So you had multiple situations where it was, is this going to be it? Will Schwarber win? Oh, no. Oh, home run. All right. We keep going. Like, that was fun. I like the way Major League Baseball handled it.
Yeah, they did a really good job with the format change, and now just keep it the way it is. Don't change it back. There was nothing wrong with a 2-hour and 40-minute event. If you want to cut anything down, cut down what you are doing, right? If you want to cut anything down from the event, it's not what is happening on the field. It is what is happening off the field. It is the fact that you didn't start until about 8:15 or 8:20
Well, you got
with actually hitting baseballs.
Well, you got to get Will Ferrell out there to promote his Netflix show.
Are you guys ready to watch some balls go very far into the air?
Comedian.
The Liberty Bell comes and takes photos of him.
Will Ferrell.
The man who never has to pay at Wawa.
Out there.
It really makes you think, God, I wish Shohei was here, right?
You mentioned that.
Yeah, new show on Netflix. That's why
you
he was
mentioned
out
that
there,
the World Cup semifinals start today.
Yes, I did.
And you've got France and Spain.
3 Eastern.
3
Can't
Eastern. And I love that you said 3 Eastern because you know what 3 o'clock Eastern means, Chris? It means 3 o'clock Eastern.
Oh, yes.
It means 3 o'clock on the dot.
Okay.
It means that you get a countdown in the stadium. They go five. You've been seeing it. If you watch the World Cup, they do a little countdown in the stadium, and that ball starts moving no later than 3:01.
It happens right on time.
And I hope that American sports, they won't take something from that. That if your football game starts at 1 p.m., 1 p.m. means 1 p.m. If your first pitch is 7:05, 7:05 means 7:05. Not the anthem starts at 7:05.
Yeah.
The first pitch is 7:05. There's no reason why if
you don't like being late. I understand.
If a
You're fired
basketball
up
game
about
is supposed to start at 8 o'clock Eastern, why the game is tipping off at 8:20?
Well, what about Will Ferrell?
Are you guys ready to watch some balls go very far into the air?
He's got a show to promote.
Because here's the thing. They're going to look at that 2 hour and 40 minute, and they're going to be like, that was longer than a game.
He's a golfer, and he's a comedian. That's the new show. He's out there. He's funny.
At one point, there was 6 minutes of commercials between batters.
Okay, all right. At one point during the broadcast, I legitimately logged out of Netflix and back in because I thought I was stuck in a loop of ads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, has that ever happened to you on a streaming service where like something glitches?
I did too.
And the live action never returns?
I thought I was stuck.
So I logged out of Netflix and back into Netflix, and the commercial break was still going on, and I was like, holy mackerel.
Yeah, I thought I was stuck. And so when you have that, that's your problem. I understand you're selling advertising in your Netflix. You're trying to maximize this event because you only have a couple marquee events because you didn't buy into a huge Major League Baseball package. So you're trying to maximize that. But that's your problem. The actual action on the field wasn't very long. It was a 2 hour and 40 minute broadcast because of what you did.
Yeah.
Not because of what the batters were doing.
Yeah, right. The length. But it was exciting when they were actually swinging.
Of course, it was great.
It was good. One side note about timing and getting to your seat on time for things. Have you seen the latest that's out there in regards to the movie being released this week, The Odyssey? From what I've been seeing online is that the tickets, if you have IMAX tickets for The Odyssey, the movie starts at the time that the ticket is for.
Oh, great. No previews?
I don't know if they've back timed the previews, so then they're over with. But what I've been reading today is that if you are late, you will miss the start of the movie because the time on the ticket for the Odyssey is the time the movie starts.
Don't be late.
Isn't that refreshing?
I love it.
What a thought. What an idea. 7 o'clock show means the show starts at 7.
I love it.
Not 7:25 after you saw 15 different trailers for things you've already seen before.
See?
How many times do you need to see the trailer for the new Tom Cruise movie? You don't.
For Digger?
Yeah, it's online. You can see it there.
Yeah.
Get on with the show. All right, so we've been talking about that today, Bleck Abdalla. So we have the All-Star game tonight. Can't wait for that. We'll also get to the summer of football, and we've been talking a lot of football throughout the show. You know, Lamar Jackson, based on the players in the NFL Top 100, is listed at number 69. I don't get that. It doesn't make any sense to me. I think it's the players thinking that like they're trashing his game. They don't think he's as good as everyone else thinks he is. I think he's a legit top 5 quarterback. So that's another aspect of what we're talking about today on the show. You can call or text the show at 310-840-4910, like Mr. Positive in Michigan on Bleck Abdalla. What's up, Mr. Positive?
Boom, shakalaka. Oh, my God, Chris, you're spot on. Fantastic. I'm conquering the world. Yes, the movie should start at 7. You're right. You get there until 7:25 or whatever. Not the way it should be. But number one, it has to be my boy, Josh Elvis Allen. 6'5", almost 250 pounds, can throw like Brett Favre, can move like Emmitt Smith north and south. He can jump over you. He can run through you. Oh, my God, he's number one. But, yes, Lamar should not be that far down. Patrick, my homie Mahomes, I guess he's number 2. I don't think he's going to be that great this year. Patrick, if you're listening, prove me wrong. But, so it's just fantastic. Josh can do it all. He definitely can.
All right, we got you down. Thank you, Mr. Positive. Thanks for the phone call.
You bet you guys. Everybody, go for your dreams.
There he is, Mr. Positive from Michigan, calling Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. All right, I mean, started off hot,
and then
kind of faded late.
Didn't have the
kind of faded late.
Yeah, okay.
But we appreciate appreciate the support from Mr. Positive.
Love it. Boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka. I love that. I do know that he calls Josh Graham often here on the network, which I support as well. I think that's fantastic. So shout out to Mr. Positive. That's great.
Love it.
Love it. Great call. Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Yes, you can always call or text the show at 310-840-4910. Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports. As we count down the days of the summer and we're talking football, Abdalla, it's something that we enjoy doing. It's called the Summer of Football.
I proclaim this the Summer of
Football!
What the hell's going on out here? We're going to be here all day, baby. I like this kind of party. Only Brett Favre could do that. I don't care what you say.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Just keep matriculating the ball down the field, boys.
We need a National Guard. We need as many men as you can spare because we are killing the Patriots.
The Summer of Football with Bleck and Abdalla.
I throw, you catch. It's not that hard, okay?
Westwood One, your home for the NFL. Seahawks and Patriots will kick off the season. You can listen to every big game of the NFL season on Westwood One Sports. We are 57 days away from the start of the NFL season. That's right, 57 days away from the start of the NFL season.
In our way through the summer.
We are in the heart of the summer.
We are.
Major League Baseball All-Star break. The All-Star game's tonight. Man. Tomorrow is the day where the sports radio hosts run away from the product because they're afraid to talk sports on a day where there is no sports.
Mount
Guess
Rushmore,
what? Bleck Abdalla will be
versus
here.
LeBron.
Bleck Abdalla will be here. We'll be ready to go. How about this for the Summer of Football today, Abdalla? Did you see what Stephon Diggs said? Now, Stephon Diggs is waiting to join a team.
Yes, he is.
I think there's a team that's very obviously it would be perfect for Stephon Diggs to land here in this offseason. Guessing their quarterback is a guy named Patrick Mahomes, right? Kansas City. That would make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Stephon Diggs said this recently, quote, "In my opinion, I can compete with anybody. I could take those top receivers in your ones, right? You can't name a number 2 better than me." So last season with the Patriots, Stephon Diggs had 85 receptions, 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns. Is Stephon Diggs the best if he were to be a number 2 wide receiver on any team? Is he the best number 2 in all of football? Because the moment I saw that quote, I was like, hold up, buddy. Stephon Diggs, you are not better than T. Higgins.
No.
You are not better than Devontae Adams.
Nope.
And we can go through a whole list of second-tier wide receivers in the NFL. But to me, the number 1 guy that stood out is T. Higgins because I think T. Higgins can make a case that he's a top 10 or 15 wide receiver in football, period.
Yeah, T. Higgins is better than a lot of number 1s.
So, like, T. Higgins, if you want to say the best number 2s, yeah, he's a number 2 on his team. But he's better than a lot of number 1 wide receivers around the NFL. What do you think of what Stephon Diggs had to say?
So he's wrong, obviously, but you got to prop yourself up there.
Yeah.
4 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards, 85 receptions last season. I can think of Jamison Williams. I can think of George Pickens. I can think of a bunch of guys. You mentioned the Chiefs. The Chiefs have roughly $4 million in cap space right now. We know the cap is a myth. You can restructure a bunch of deals. You can create cap space if that's what you want to do to sign Stephon Diggs. Fresh story from Jeremy Fowler. At least 5 teams have been checking in on Stephon Diggs as of late. We don't know what teams those are. He doesn't say, but that is what Jeremy Fowler of ESPN is reporting.
Yeah.
That at least 5 teams right now, and we are counting down, obviously, the days to training camp, and we're about 2 weeks away from every team reporting to camp. And I would think that before we get to camp, someone is going to sign Stephon Diggs. And I think, like you said, the best fit would be the Kansas City Chiefs. They have, for a team that has one of the top 2, if not the best quarterback in the NFL, not a lot of weapons to try to get Patrick Mahomes a chance at a Super Bowl when you should never be wasting a year with Patrick Mahomes on your team.
Yep.
Like, you can say, okay, we're taking a year to kind of reset and work our cap out and everything like that, and Travis Kelce's probably only going to be here for this year, but you should never, ever be wasting a year with Patrick Mahomes on your roster. So if you want to at least try to help him out, using that remaining $4 million or trying to restructure anybody else that you can possibly restructure to get more cap flexibility would be worth it to get Stephon Diggs on your team to at least help out in some form on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that's the correct landing spot, and Diggs can have the largest amount of impact on the Chiefs, because I think when we look at those positional players, you make the big signing for Walker. Okay, at running back, all right, I guess so. Kenneth Walker III, sure. I mean, he's a good back. He won Super Bowl MVP.
Can he catch? No.
Nah, not
Can he block?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
No,
All he can do is run.
And,
Cool.
Mr. Swift, I don't know, Travis Kelce, I don't know if he's taking her name, right?
We'll find out.
Wouldn't that be something if the season opened up and he had the hyphen?
Swift on the jersey.
He had Kelce hyphen Swift.
I'll tell you this, man. Listen, if he's about that life and he wants to sell a bunch of jerseys, that's one way to do it.
Not only one way to do it, wouldn't you think, if that were the case, if Travis took her name and then on the back of the jersey, he went T. Swift on the jersey, would that not become the number 1 selling jersey of all time?
Oh my God, instantly.
Of all time.
Instantly.
I feel like we just stumbled across something.
Okay, we did not stumble across it. People have been made. I guarantee you in NFLshop.com, people have been making that.
No. I'm sure people have made their own. What I'm saying is, I think Raj needs to get in contact with the Kansas City Chiefs and send the idea that he should legally take her name.
He's not going to do that.
Take her name.
He's not going to do that.
And
I
then
will get in touch with the Kansas City Chiefs just as soon as you guys get in touch with the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
That's when
All right, great.
What are we doing? What are we getting in touch with the Green Bay Packers for? We're not telling them to change anybody's name.
We're going to tell them what's up. We're going to say what's up.
About what?
About the Pack.
It's spicy.
We're going to say go Pack go.
No, you
Go
guys
Bears.
would prank call them F the Packers and hang up and go high five.
You want us to ask them if the refrigerator's running? What do you want us to? What are we
do you think we are,
here?
little Bart Simpsons? Like, what is this?
I'm trying to leave a message for IP Freely. What are we doing here? What are we doing? You want us to prank call the Packers? Come on.
Yeah, Raj wants some prank calls. I think someone out there should convince Travis Kelce to take her name. And then what can happen is he will then on the jersey go T. Swift.
Yeah.
In an effort to try and sell the most jerseys ever.
Do they play
in
an international
NFL
game?
history.
Do you know how hard it is to get your passport changed and to get your ID changed?
He's got people to do that.
Do you know how hard that is?
He's got people to do that.
You got to get your passport
just like
changed.
they have people to carry on the faux relationship.
I understand. Okay.
For everyone else.
All right.
That's what they have.
All right.
So
you hate love.
Yes. So there you go. There, my friends, is the summer of football. We are 57 days away from the start of the NFL season.
I'm telling you right now, living in the city of Chicago right now, I wish that countdown was at like 1 today.
Why?
It's too hot.
Oh, it's a hot day.
It's too hot.
This week.
It's too hot.
For most of the Midwest and the East Coast, there's the heat dome is back.
It's too hot.
So we got the heat dome.
Oh, Raj made
up
it.
there.
Raj
Raj
made
has
it.
got a jersey.
He put 89 on it too.
89. All right. That works.
Yeah.
That works.
T Swift.
There you go. He should do it for marketing reasons.
Raj buy
obviously. Because, their relationship's built on love. So just only do the marketing aspect of it for this. Not for anything else.
Yeah.
Because their relationship's constructed
13.
on love.
All right.
Thank you, Raj. You can always see the show on YouTube, Bleck and Abdalla Show on YouTube. You can check that out. So we have the World Cup, the semifinals. Will start up at 3 Eastern, France and Spain. We continue on here on Bleck and Abdalla with the World Cup of Soup. We will tell you that next matchup coming up next. International soccer is down to its final matches. DraftKings has you covered for every single one.
The DraftKings app is now available in all 50 states and includes all markets. New DraftKings customers sign up with code B&A26 and spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days.
That's code B&A26 for Bleck and Abdalla 26 in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Bet with DK Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. Connecticut. Call 888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org on behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas. Bet tax pass through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus, void in Canada. Event contract trading with DraftKings. Predictions involve risks of loss. Availability varies. Bet to get bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Trade to get $50 in prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Issued every 7 days via click to claim for 21 days. One non-withdrawable reward redeemable. Predictions offer void in New York. Ends July 19th. Terms at dkng.co/audio.
The NFL's offseason isn't over yet. Von Miller, Tyreek Hill, Deebo Samuel, still available, still dangerous. Will they land with a contender before training camp? Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Semifinals in the World Cup. France and Spain face off today, 3 Eastern. I would say heading to this point in the tournament, the Final Four, these are the two best teams. Hands down. France has been the best team. Spain's only conceded 1 goal to this point in the tournament. They've got superstars, Mbappe, Dembele, Yamal. There's some legitimate star power in this matchup. Can't wait to see it. Tomorrow, Argentina and England face off. But today's matchup, Spain and France.
This has... okay.
What was that laugh?
This has NFC Championship vibes.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, we get AFC Championship with a team that has a very charmed run.
Yeah.
With Argentina, because man, have they been charmed by FIFA.
Well, they've played some heavy hitters, no? I can't even say that with a straight face.
Luck along the way.
Yeah, I mean their path to the semifinal was unlike the others.
They haven't played heavy hitters, and even if they didn't and they struggled, they've had some luck along the way, Chris.
Some interesting cards coming out of pockets.
Interesting cards and
VAR reviews.
Some help along the way.
So I'm excited to watch tonight or today, this afternoon at 3 Eastern, the matchup today and the matchup tomorrow. I think it's cool that we have the 4 best teams entering the tournament getting to the semifinal. I think it's going to create quite a semifinal here in the World Cup. And as we chart along with the World Cup here on Bleck and Abdalla, we have brought to you the World Cup of Soup.
No soup for you. Bleck and Abdalla's World Cup of Soup.
Soup is good food.
During the group stage, Abdalla taste tested a soup from every group, so 12 groups. He put them in a bracket, and now he is whittling down the teams and the matchups and the brackets for the World Cup of Soup.
Yeah, so if you go to our YouTube page, youtube.com/@Bleck and Abdalla Show, you can look at the graphic right now, and it is up there, and you can see the final 4 teams. We had 2 more matchups yesterday to get to our final 4. We had a matchup between Ghana and France. Ghana featured the peanut butter fufu with chicken, and against France, which had the mushroom soup.
Yep.
People say, why didn't you use French onion soup? Well, that was used for Canada because Canada had French-Canadian onion soup with a little bit of maple syrup in there. And then we
I
also
still don't get that one.
Well, look it up. Use your Google. And then we had Ecuador, the number 1 seed, with their encebollado, which is a fish soup, along against Morocco, which is harira soup. So they went up against each other, and our final 4, those 2 matchups that came out, we had Ecuador, the 1 seed, beat Morocco, and Ghana beat France. So our final 4.
Okay, the final 4 for the World Cup of Soup. Yes.
1 seed, Ecuador, an encebollado. 2 seed, Ghana, with the peanut butter fufu with chicken.
Yes.
6 seed, Japan.
Wow.
Beef udon noodles.
Yeah, you like that. Yeah.
And 4 seed, Colombia with the ajiaco.
Okay.
That is our final 4 in the World Cup of Soup.
And so it is important to remember with the fufu from Ghana. You got to put your thumb in the fufu.
You got to put your thumb in that fufu. Get in there, fold it up, get it in the sauce, get a piece of chicken.
Easy.
Go for it. You can't use a spoon.
Yes.
So today, we have our matchup to get in our semifinals. Much like in the World Cup today, we will have 1 matchup today.
Wow.
And 1 matchup tomorrow. You see how that worked out?
How did that work out?
See how that worked out?
So conveniently.
So convenient.
As if we planned it.
As if we planned this
Wow.
out.
Look at
We get
us.
our first matchup today. It will be between Japan and Colombia. The
Okay.
beef udon noodles, and Colombia, the ajiaco, which was like a chicken and a potato-based soup. It was a little bit spicy. It had a little bit of plantains in it. It was great. It was awesome. So that the 6 seed against the 4 seed in that side of the bracket, they will match up today. The winner of that matchup will take on the winner of tomorrow's matchup between Ecuador and Ghana.
Okay, so there you go. We're to the final 4 soups in the World Cup of Soup. Yes.
No soup for you. Bleck and Abdalla's World Cup of Soup.
Soup is good food.
And I got AI to fix it.
Kind
to
of.
fix the I mean, look, the lines aren't there, but I got it to fix the I got it to fix the brackets.
We're talking about the graphic that you're posting on YouTube.
I got AI to fix the brackets, not the lines. The lines are still a maze. The lines are still chutes and ladders. I don't know what this thing is doing.
So
but
what do we have? So we're going to finish this on Friday, right?
yeah, we will have a winner on Friday because we're going to have a matchup today, a matchup tomorrow, and then we will have the final on Thursday, and we will have a winner on Friday.
How about that?
Yeah.
The World Cup of Soup. Look
How
at
about
us.
that?
Look at us planning it out to meet up with the end of the tournament.
It's as if we knew when the final
Wow.
would take place.
What do you know? That's great. I mean, I think the one thing that, based on listening to you describe the soups, I would put my betting money. Don't let me influence or create a.
You
a
get to the
bias
message
you.
boards for that if you want to. Yeah.
I think Japan. I think you enjoyed the. Was that the beef udon noodle? I think you really enjoyed that soup. I have no insider information. If you and your buddies are gambling on the soups, which Abdalla will select as the champion, I have a feeling it's that the Japanese soup.
They are the darlings of the tournament right now.
The 6
I will
seed.
say that.
Although you did enjoy putting your thumb in the fufu.
In the fufu, I did.
With
It was a surprise to me.
The Ghana soup.
It was a surprise to me as
yes,
well.
it was.
It was a surprise how much I like putting my thumb in the fufu.
All right, so there you go. The World Cup of Soup, and we got 3 matches left in the World Cup today, tomorrow, and then the final is on Sunday. So I can't wait to watch that as well. I saw a story, Abdalla, that I need to bring to your attention. Old man versus bison. Have you seen this video? Have you seen the story that's gone around from Yellowstone National Park over the last couple of days?
You know what? I saw this, and I thought that they were done making Jackass movies.
Yeah, I mean, this guy gets hurled up in the air, gets tossed about by the bison. Take a listen to the report on ABC News Good Morning America yesterday.
These are the moments a grandfather visiting Yellowstone National Park was attacked by a bison and thrown 8 feet into the air. A local photographer saw it happen.
I really didn't think that he was going to pick those 2 people of all the people who were even way closer.
Look out, bison!
The bison was resting on the grass when the grandfather and his grandson walk into view, stopping to take photos.
They were plenty far away, in my opinion. They were not too close.
The bison begins to charge them. The grandfather tries hiding in the trees, but the bison is laser focused, flipping him in the air.
He was in a lot of pain, and he was trying to not move his leg, but his immediate concern was for his grandson.
Bison can weigh more than 1,500 pounds, and summer is an especially dangerous time to be around them.
So we're at the peak of what's called the bison rut. And this is where the males are just raging in hormones because they're fighting for territories and they're fighting for females.
It's not the first time we've seen bison charging tourists at Yellowstone. Last year, a man escaped after trying to feed one.
Why would you try
in 2022, a man was hospitalized after a bison charged the man and his family.
The key thing to do is to move away slowly. Do not run. Do not make any fast types of movements.
As for that latest attack, the grandfather is recovering from serious injuries.
Oh, no.
We're told
That
his
sounded like
grandson
balding.
is okay.
You know who that was? That was Rod McGill.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
From Zoo Miami.
Yeah, okay. All right.
He was on Good Morning America. Yes.
All right.
All right, there you go. There's the report.
Well-
Old man gets tossed 8 feet in the air by the bison. Now, if you see the video, I'm sure a lot of people have seen this video by now.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
The bison is agile. That thing starts galloping towards the trees, and the old man and his, what they say, his grandson, they're like shimmying around the opposite side of the trees as one would do to avoid a predator, right? So they're going to the opposite side and the agility to turn on a dime and to sprint and move, and stick and move.
Yeah.
That bison, oh man, get him in the combine. That thing was moving. No, seriously. Well, I was surprised watching the video at how quickly the bison was moving.
Yeah, so did I. Especially, it's surprising to me because the Bills ranked in the bottom third of the league in sacks last season. So it was surprising to me.
Because you've seen Von Miller out there,
I've
not
seen
looking
him,
that
not
quick.
looking that agile, and so they should maybe give
With
us
the swim move.
See if they've got some room on the roster for this guy.
I
They've
mean,
got the cap space.
8 feet in the air, the old man,
and like legs over, like not just like in the air, like legs over, legs up.
Hopefully he's okay, but
yeah,
that video is going to live on in the internet forever.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
holy cow, that is incredible. Well, bison, but it's insane. Like, can you think of any other best videos of human versus animal?
Yeah, like I said, it's the one in Jackass where Johnny Knoxville versus the bull, where he goes
the
feet
bull
overhead,
gets him and sends him
and
up in the air.
And that's the one that almost ended his career. That's the one that put him out.
Because like I can't recall an animal video of a human taking on an animal and getting like just washed like that.
Yeah.
Now I know there are videos over the weekend of people in Spain. The running of the bulls took place.
Mhm.
And do you see the one video of the guy that got like trampled?
No.
Like he got hit
Well,
and then he
listen.
fell and then the bulls and people are like trampling him. Like, first of all, why would someone run in the running of the bulls? Like, I don't understand.
You're playing with fire, man.
Well, horns. You're playing with horns.
You play with the bull, you get the horns.
You get
right?
stuck. That's the saying, right?
That's what happens.
What? Explain to me, in your right mind, why would someone run in the running of the bulls?
I have no desire. No desire. I'll watch from a balcony. High up on the balcony.
Like, why? I don't even understand. Why is it?
Not me. I don't need to. I have no desire. I'm not a thrill seeker like that.
Is that the reasoning?
Yeah, adrenaline. You want to say you did
That's it.
You want to
Okay.
say you did it. You wear white, you put on the little kerchief.
Yeah.
And you go and you do it. Not for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that either. I also would not ever go skydiving.
No.
Because I'm not into that either.
Well, plus you also have to be, unless you're like trained and you take the training, you got to be strapped to a person. You can't just do it yourself.
Yeah, the first time. Yeah, you can't be like.
Yeah, you have to have so many jumps before you go by yourself.
Can't be like Johnny Utah and just jump out of a plane and hope that you land and
No.
grab onto someone on your way down.
No, you're not doing that.
It's a Point Break reference for those who are unaware.
Yeah.
Great movie from the 90s.
So I'm not doing that either. No, thank you. I'm not bungee jumping either.
Hopefully, the old man is he's okay. Hopefully, he's okay. And Abdalla is going to see if the Bison's going to get a call to training camp.
You never know.
With a team.
Spot on the roster.
We'll see if that's the case. Bleck Abdalla, sponsored by Progressive Insurance, protecting your business vehicles 24/7. See if you can save at progressivecommercial.com. We continue on with 32 questions in 32 days. The Carolina Panthers are up next. Is Bryce Young ready to take the next step in becoming a franchise quarterback? We'll talk about that next.
We know you're jonesing for some football just like we are. NFL training camps begin opening in 8 days. And yes, we're counting. You're home for the NFL. Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
You can always check out the podcast of the Bleck and Abdalla Show on Apple and on Spotify, and also like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Bleck and Abdalla Show. Thank you to Raj and Roy for producing today's show. Jim Rome is coming up next in 15 minutes right here on Westwood One Sports. As we count down the days to the start of NFL training camps, teams are going to start reporting on the 22nd of July. Most teams will all be in camp by the 28th. So that will be the last day as everyone starts to report in the next couple of weeks for training camp around the NFL. And here on the show, we continue on with 32 questions in 32 days. Now we take a look at the Carolina Panthers.
32 questions in 32 days. Bleck and Abdalla discuss every NFL team's biggest question heading into training camp. Today's team, the Carolina Panthers.
On this crucial fourth down, Young, McMillan, got it! Touchdown, Panthers lead!
Today's question, is Bryce Young ready to take the next step in becoming a franchise QB?
So, Abdalla, I think this is a bit, there's layers to this, right? Because I think Bryce Young is a franchise quarterback. But how good can he be as a franchise quarterback? That's like the other part of this conversation. He's a franchise quarterback. Like, I don't think Carolina is looking to move off of Bryce Young or to find a different path at quarterback. He's their guy. The question that I would add to this is, how good can that be? How good can the Panthers be with Bryce Young as their quarterback? They made the playoffs last year. They hosted that game against the Rams. The Rams win. They move on in the playoffs. They won a bad division. Everyone had a case to say that they could win the division in the NFC South. Carolina, if you want to say, backed into the playoffs, but they got there.
I do want to say that.
Yeah, I know. That's why I did air quotes here in the studio and that only people could see on YouTube as they're watching the show. But they were a playoff team. They did enough to make the playoffs. Will Bryce Young take the next step? That's a big question here.
Well, he's taken steps every year, right? Like last year, 2 years ago in 2024 when he was benched for a little bit, and then he came back, he played a lot better. I think Dave Canellis has gotten a lot out of him. I think this last season, from 24 to 25, okay, comparably, his completion percentage went up 3 points. He threw for 600 more yards. He threw 8 more touchdowns. He had 2 touchdowns rushing. That was down 4 touchdowns. But I'd rather have him throwing touchdowns through the air than rushing, to get better as a quarterback.
Absolutely.
And I would say that the offense looked better. They drafted Monroe Freeling, an offensive tackle out of Georgia, to shore up that offensive line a little bit. And they made moves to get that defense to be better this season so they aren't giving up the lead as much. And I think that this Panthers team can be better with Bryce Young. I think that Bryce Young can be a good quarterback. I never thought he was going to be great out of college at Alabama. I watched every snap of Bryce Young at Alabama. He's good. He can be good. Just thought it would take some seasoning. Just thought it would take some time, and it has taken some time. He's also small. He's also a small dude. And so it's going to be difficult for him, I think.
He's small.
He is. Like
he's
you
a
and
little
I
dude.
you and I walked next to him at the Super Bowl, and it was like,
yeah, he's small.
He's a short guy. He's short for a quarterback. You and I mean, like, he's taller than us, but he's short for a quarterback. And I think that
Well, no, I don't even think you have to say that. He's like our size.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so, yeah, I mean, you and I are not very tall. I'm like 5'10".
Yeah.
So like that's it. And I'm not like super strong either. So like when you stand next to someone like Bryce Young and you say, "Wow, can I if we were playing hoops, could I take him to the rack?" Like I could take Bryce Young to the hole if I needed to, if I was playing basketball with him, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not imposing. It's not impressive physically. Now, with that said, you and I, so we saw Bryce Young at the Super Bowl, and we thought that. You and I got a chance to talk to all of the players that were at the NFL draft, and we were backstage at the NFL draft broadcasting. And when Ty Simpson walked in the room and sat down next to us, he was the same size as us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I have concerns of Ty Simpson long term, because you shouldn't look like me and be a starting quarterback in the NFL.
No, but that doesn't mean it can't be done. And I like what Dave Canellis has gotten out of Bryce Young the last couple years, and I think he can continue to improve. I like the weapons that they've put around him. I like the offensive line that they're building, and I like that their defense continues to improve. I like what they're doing. If I had to pick a division winner right now, I'm still going with the Bucs and not the Panthers. But again, this division's wide open. As bad as it is, it's still wide open. And I wouldn't say that you're wrong if you pick the Panthers to win the division this year.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And I think it's going to be an improved division, right? The Saints should be better. I think the Panthers will be better. The Buccaneers, I think, are still a good, viable team. And the wild card of the group, I think, is Atlanta.
Yeah.
Kevin Stefanski with two quarterbacks that I don't think many of us are sold on, with Tua and with Penix. I think Atlanta has the pieces. If they can figure out quarterback, they might be pretty good. So I think the entire division will improve. So there you go, 32 questions in 32 days. The Carolina Panthers. We will feature three more teams tomorrow on the show. Bleck and Abdalla, noon to 3 Eastern, right here on Westwood One Sports. Can I bring to your attention a story which I think might be the dumbest story I've seen in quite some time? The dumbest story I've seen in quite some time.
Please do.
Are you aware that this Friday, The Odyssey will be released in theaters and in IMAX? Christopher Nolan's latest film.
Yes.
Starring Matt Damon.
I'm excited, yes.
Right? The Odyssey, okay? It's a big deal. It's a big blockbuster that a lot of people... I've been seeing today different screen grabs of like the available seats at AMC theaters over the weekend. And there are like theaters on Tuesday morning of next week at 7 a.m. With no seats available.
Summer.
Like people are going to just try and live in the theater and see this movie over and over and over again. Like they're, is this going to be the version of Titanic for men?
I don't know
when
if
women
it's
back
gonna
in
be that.
in the 90s continued to see Titanic over and over and over again in the
IMAX theaters have a limited number of seating, and I think that you it's tough to get in.
So here you go. Here's the dumbest story I've seen today.
Okay.
The dumbest story. This is from the Hollywood Reporter. An AI-generated Odyssey movie costing only a few $1,000s is going to be released ahead of Nolan's movie in theaters this weekend. So someone made an AI-generated version of The Odyssey to try and release this ahead of The Odyssey from Nolan. And they did one of these things where they spent $2,000 to make an AI-generated film. It's a director and a creator out of Iran. He made this movie. $2,000. AI spit out a hunk of junk, and you can watch the trailer. It looks so bad. It looks terrible. It is just absolutely horrendous how bad this looks. The dumbest story I've seen in quite some time. Someone spent $2,000 to make an AI-generated version of the movie The Odyssey before it's released this week.
I'm looking for it right now. Oh, yeah, that's full. I mean, because now you have these fully AI-generated movies.
Yeah, they look terrible.
And
everything looks wrong.
It's 135 minutes. It does not look, oh, yeah, this is bad. This is real bad.
Is that not the dumbest thing you've ever heard of?
Listen, I applaud the entrepreneurship.
Wait, he thinks like a streamer's gonna buy it?
You never know. Someone might try to,
He thinks people are gonna go to the theater to see this slop?
Someone could get confused about what they're trying to buy. 2 tickets for the Odyssey, please. Oh, that one's sold out. All right, I'll go see that
All
one.
right, what's this one? Wait, why are there no? There's all these tickets available for this one. Why?
I'll go see that one. Why not?
Let me go see what this is.
Why not?
You talk to, and the person's probably like an old timer. They said that Matt Damon's in this film.
Where's Matt Damon?
He must have been wearing a mask or something.
Where's Matt Damon?
I didn't see Matt Damon
Where's
once.
that Zendaya?
So yes, once again, the AI takeover in society is everywhere. I don't need it in my films. And you have a guy from Iran who's going to try and beat Christopher Nolan to the punch this weekend with his AI-generated slop film of The Odyssey.
You're not first, you're last, right?
Yes. I guess. So there you go. There's the latest. That is the dumbest story I've seen today.
I think it's entrepreneurship.
Oh yeah, do you?
I don't applaud the use of AI, obviously, but listen, it would have been a lot funnier if they would have tried to make a comparable Odyssey, like film an entire Odyssey and then just put it out. Just be like, no, we were first. We were first. Regular theater, we were first.
Oh, that's outstanding. The dumbest story all day. Jim Rome and the Jim Rome Show's coming up next right here on Westwood One Sports.
This is Westwood One Sports.